And welcome into the ballpark. Happy to have you with us. Interleague Baseball on MLB The Show. It's the San Francisco Giants taking on the Baltimore Orioles. And we'll be back for the first pitch right after this. Just about set to go now. And the right-hander with the good curveball, Corbin Burnes.
Well, he comes at hitters with a 5-pitch mix, so for him, it's always interesting to see how he utilizes those weapons. He may lean on 1 or 2 pitches depending on how things are going and how things are working. But if he can control 4 or even 5 of those offense, look out here, it's going to be a tough day. He's really going to be able to keep those guys off balance.
And he deals. Line drive. And now maybe extra bases. Now he'll turn for second. The throw in. And he's there with a double.
Got to get on your horse and get to that ball and get it back in, because he's going to come barreling around first and put some pressure on you. If you wobble it or you don't get there in a hurry, it's going to make you look silly and end up on second base.
Here's Lamont Wade Jr. There at the knees. 0-1. Lee at second with nobody out. Pitch misses there, and now it's even 1-1. The part about Burnes' journey that's so interesting, former 4th-round pick out of St. Mary's, where he pitched alongside Tony Gonsolin. Man at second. Ground ball up the middle. Base hit. Around third. Fires it to the plate. But it's offline. And it's 1-0.
Comes through with the RBI. Just kept it simple. Played pepper in the middle of the infield and took it back where it came from. And there's just no one there to knock it down.
Here's Elliot Ramos. Outside low. 1-0. But you go back and look at Corbin Burnes in 2019. He threw 49 innings and had an 8.82 ERA. The 1-0. Runner on the go. High fly ball out to center field. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. 1 away. Here's the Giants lineup. The sluggers in this lineup might not be too happy about the fact that the wind is blowing in today, Chris.
Yeah, and you hear pitchers talk about how good it feels when the wind is at their back. And for hitters, you almost feel like beyond just the pitcher coming at you, you got this other force coming against you. So important to try to get on top of the ball in terms of hitting line drives, maybe really hard ground balls with a good exit velocity that'll get you a base hit, because it's very frustrating. You just hit one on the screws, think it's going to go out of the ballpark, and an outfielder is camped underneath it in front of the warning track.
There goes the runner. And a ground ball to first. He takes it on his own. No chance at the double play with the runner in motion. Now Matt Chapman at the plate. It's interesting, he plays kind of a power spot defensively, but runs pretty well. So when you're looking at that position, you're not expecting someone that has maybe above average speed, but he does. High fly ball out to left field. Cowser pulls that one down, and that is that. So 1 run in the inning on this base hit. It's an early 1-0 lead. Major League Baseball is on the show. Back now at Oriole Park. And today's starter, Logan Webb. What do you have on him, Siggy?
Well, this guy's got sort of a tweener. Not quite a slider velocity and not as slow as a curve. It's in between, and he adds and subtracts velocity on it, which makes it harder for the hitters to really get that front foot down and have the timing they need to be successful.
Here's the shortstop at the plate, Gunnar Henderson. The line to kick the pitch. strike one.
No ball. One strike.
Right-hander kicks, deals. Comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt. Beats him for the first out, and that completes the strikeout.
Very frustrating right there as a speedy potential base runner. When 2 strikes, you just struggle to put the ball in play. You don't even have to get a hit at that point. You can help your team just by reaching on an error. But some way, you got to find a way to shorten up the swing and put the ball in play next time.
Jorge Mateo now. First pitch doesn't find the zone. One down, base is empty. Swing and a grounder foul, first base side. Just missed.
2 balls. 1 strike.
Bounce to the right. Luciano tosses to first. Play is made, 2 out. All right, let's take a look at the Orioles lineup now. They're already down a run, so I'm sure they'd like to punch back and even things up early.
Yeah, it's never a good feeling, especially at your home ballpark, to go down in the first inning. So the best way is just to come out aggressive, try to tie the ball game up, but not just tie it up, take the lead. I tell you what, momentum can really swing, and you can put your pitcher back in a position where he feels his most confident.
Safe at first as they can't make the play.
With 2 outs, you just want to find a way to keep the line moving for the next guy. So an infield single right there does the job. Nicely done, just putting it in play and getting down to first to keep this inning alive. You never know what might come next as a result.
And now, Colton Cowser. First offering, and it just misses. Two outs. Pitch is in there. And the count even at 1. And that's down and away. Inside corner, and that's called a strike.
2 balls. 2 strikes.
Santander leads off first with 2 down to the inning.
Now this is a good time to step out of the box, take a deep breath, reset. A couple of changeups. Probably won't see another one here.
The pitch. Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. 9th pitch of the at-bat due next. And that'll do it. And the Orioles lead 1, and it remains 1-0. Back here in Baltimore, leading off Tyler Fitzgerald. Burns, a 6'3" righty, 29 years old, and of course has a Cy Young to his credit. That's in for a strike.
If he doesn't get a knock right here, that pitch he just took is going to eat at him for a while. You might not see another pitch like that from a top-level guy like this.
On the ground. To first, and quickly one away in the second. And digging in for San Francisco, Patrick Bailey. And a breaking ball drops in for a strike. That one clips the outside corner, and it's 0-2. Clyde Washington with home plate duties in this one.
A little bit of a low zone move from Clyde. Nothing crazy, though. Pitchers that work consistently down around the knees and are able to command their off-speed stuff tend to have some pretty good success with him back there behind the plate.
Ground ball right side. Tosses to the pitcher covering the bag. 2 up, 2 down. Mike Yastrzemski up here.
Man, this is pretty amazing. This guy is very efficient out there on the mound right now. Just 9 pitches in the first. He's got a chance to keep it to single digits again. Who does that?
That's through there for a strike.
There it was. Oh, here it is. Hit it. He gets a take. Gets ahead in the count.
2 outs, base is empty. Ripped, but it curls foul. Left-hand batter waits. Good job to fight that one off. Foul ball still 0-2. Two down, nobody on. Swing and a miss, and he struck him out. And it's a 3 up, 3 down inning. Nothing doing there for San Francisco, but they're on top 1-0. And we're back. Bottom of the second. Here's Adley Rutschman.
All right, Boog. So I was scrolling through social media the other day, and a video of Adley popped up. It was a clip of him playing college football for Oregon State. How athletic is this guy? He tackled Stanford great Christian McCaffrey. Seriously, what can't Rutschman do on the field?
One strike.
Swings and misses. And that's strike 2. This one chopped up the middle. And that one handled. No play, that's an infield single.
It doesn't really matter where you are in the lineup. Your job is to get on base and try to start a rally if you're leading off an inning. So an infield single does the job right there. And now we'll see if they can make something happen.
On the ground to third. This looks like extra bases. Around second, on his way to third. Here comes the runner. Relay throw. The tag, and he's out.
Real estate to cover the net defensively. Right over the cutoff, man. And then the ground to make up his run on the relay. But in excellent job of execution and getting that out at the dish as he tried to make it home all the way from first base.
Here's Ryan Mountcastle. In there for a strike at the bottom of the zone. Man at second.
He's clearly out there throwing pitchers pitches in this situation. First base is open. He walks him. No big deal.
And now 1-2.
One ball. Two straight.
I'm looking for the K.
Well, even if you don't feel great about it, you've got to swing the bat with 2 strikes in this situation. You've got the tying run out there in scoring position. Just bring it play. Maybe something good will happen. It just didn't look like he understood the situation.
So next to hit for Baltimore, Ramon Urias. Fastball for a strike. Man on second, 2 down. That one found hard the other way. Two outs.
1-2.
And that's off the inside edge. Look out now, 2-2. Left field. Ramos makes the play, and that will end the inning. One left for the Orioles. They trail here, 1-0. Back now at Oriole Park, and now the rookie second baseman, Marco Luciano.
Burns, like a lot of guys in the majors, played several sports growing up. He was a really good football player in high school, actually, which makes sense when you look at his build. But ultimately, he chose to pursue a career in baseball.
So the lineup flips over, and up next for the Giants, Jung-Hoo Lee. In there for a strike at the top of the zone. Here's some fun facts about Jung-Hoo Lee. You look at the fact that he wears number 51. Not a shocker, but his favorite player growing up, Ichiro Suzuki. Burns with a move to first. Luciano gets back easily. One of the other aspects of Jung-Hoo Lee's bio, he was actually drafted as a shortstop, now an outfielder, but he grew up right-handed, and his dad, runner on the go. And a foul ball, third base side. And a pitch.
One ball. Two straight.
This one in the dirt. Runner holds. Count goes to 1-2. Breaking ball, and that got him. He had him 1-2, and he ends up hitting him with a pitch. So here's Wade now. Singled and drove in a run his first time through. Pitch misses. Ball 1.
One ball. No strike.
In the air, left field, down the line. Kowser balls it in, and there's one away. And up next for San Francisco, Elliott Roberts. 0 for 1 with a fly out to center. Siggy, he's got a history of coming through in the big spots. I know I like to talk about, I'm not sure whether clutch actually exists, but you look at the numbers, and this guy always seems to deliver in those spots. And that one fouled off.
Well, I think it's the ability to assess the situation, understanding what the pitcher has, what he's trying to get people out on, and then being able to use the entire field.
The 0-1. Tap to first. Horner. Fires over to first. Allen, a toss to the pitcher. Runners advance to second and third.
That was a productive at bat. You know you're doing something right. Anytime you have to move 2 runners into scoring position and give your team a chance to drive in a few runs, even if it's still kind of early in the game.
Michael Conforto will climb in. Grounded out his first time up. That one's in there, 0-1. Righty to the plate. Ball 1 there. There's the swing and miss. 2 on, 2 outs. They're swinging. Giants lead a couple. They lead it 1-0. We go to the last of the third and into the box for Baltimore, Cedric Mullins. Webb back to work. And there's a foul ball. Here comes a pitch. Misses. Now 2 balls and a strike. Late that time, and it's strike 2.
I think he was sitting off speed there.
Ground ball right side. Luciano throws to first in time. Leadoff hitter gone to the third.
Good fade and sinking action to the changeup. Got that hitter roll.
So digging in, Gunnar Henderson. He's 0 for 1. And a base hit up the middle. So a man of work now with 1 away.
Just so sound in his mechanics. Leads against the front side, and the hands just continue to carry through the middle of the field.
Jorge Mateo, the next to hit for the Orioles. 0 for 1, he grounded out in his first at bat. Slice the other way, and that's a base hit. Lieber makes the turn at second. And the throw's offline, safe at third.
Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws.
1 down. And now here is Anthony Santander. Reached on an infield single his first time. Webb keeping an eye on him.
Base runner with a 1-way lead right there. All he's trying to do is get a look at the pitcher's move. Had no intent of stealing on that pitch.
And that drops in for a strike.
The last thing he wants is to hit the ball on the ground, but I wouldn't expect many pitches up in the zone. He'll be pitching for a double play in this spot.
First and third, 1 down.
I love this part of the game. Does he really want to try and steal second against this catcher? I know he's fast, but it's pretty risky.
Swing and a miss, guesses he was late that time.
Big pitch right here. He's going to try to make a pitch that's going to produce a strikeout or a ground ball double play.
And the righty deals. And this is the zone. Down 1-2.
Not sure what he was thinking up there. Strikeout looking is the last thing you want to see. Now you got to hope the next guy can pick you up and come through with a big two-out hit.
Colton Cowser, the next to hit for the Orioles. 0 for 1 with a fly. First pitch just misses. The Orioles down by a run here in the last half of the third. That one finds the zone, and the count even 1-1. And a swing and a miss.
Big time jam right there. I hate it as a hitter, but standing in center field, you can't help but chuckle a little bit.
Wouldn't chase that time.
That's a really good take.
And now the count filled up 3-2. Adley Rutschman waits on deck. The pitch. Gets a piece and stays alive. Is foul, and the pressure is building. And a payoff pitch. And they're all loaded up. That's a great at bat. He saw a lot of pitches and earned a walk.
Well, that's a nice job of finding out that at bat. Saw a lot of pitches and ends up tripping the wall. Very gritty.
2 outs, bases full. And now the switch hitting catcher, Adley Rutschman. This is a guy who is very highly regarded defensively. Fun to watch him control stuff behind the plate. Good game caller, good at framing, but it's that big arm that really stands out. There's a strike.
You come into the game knowing that unless the ball's in the dirt or gets by him, we're probably not going to steal anything today. So that's where you want to get a little more aggressive on your secondary lead and hope that some base hits, some slugs, some home runs can come into play.
And ball 1. Next pitch off the plate. And that's ball 2.
Look, in situations like these, the air can get really thin up there at the plate. Got to find a way to breathe and slow everything down.
Two outs. Still 2-2 after the foul ball. Kicks and fires. Fly ball down the line. And that's a foul ball. The next offer misses. 3-2 now. Good battle here. About to be the 8th pitch of the at-bat. Swing a foul ball at the plate. They'll do it again. At the belt and fires. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. To center. Lee moving under this one. Brings it in for the third out. Orioles leave it loaded. They still trail 1-0. And welcome back to the ballpark. All set for the start of the inning. Matt Chapman up to the plate now. The right-hander back to work. And that's off the inside edge. And that is ball 1. Just missed. And that's in there at the knees for a strike.
In today's game, not that many fastball counts, but hitters still in the back of their minds, they're looking for one. 2-0 changeup call right there. Excellent pitch selection to go with.
And the curve is down and in.
Here's an opportunity to do some damage and perhaps unlock this offense. 3-1 count. Be ready to turn on a fastball.
That one ripped but foul. The pitch. Swing and a ball lifted in the air, shallow left field, and it drops in. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Anything but pretty right there, but he'll take it every time. He clearly didn't catch that one on the big part of the bat. Just kind of muscled it out there, and on the mound, it can be pretty frustrating for a pitcher, but you just kind of have to expect those to drop in there sometimes.
And digging in for San Francisco, Tyler Fitzgerald. He's 0 for 1. Right through there for a strike.
Well, he's been incredibly efficient in this one. First pitch strike percentage over 70%. That's well above league average, and that's what's allowed him to pitch well up until this point.
Chapman gets his lead at first, nobody out. The shortstop takes the ball. Now. This one smacked out to left center. Carlson makes the catch.
Man, that's one of those at-bats where you have to remind yourself it's about the process. He did everything right there. Nothing to show for it, but in your mind, you have to convince yourself that it was a very good at-bat.
Now here is Patrick Bailey. 0 for 1. He grounded out to first his last time. That one off the mark, and that's ball 1.
Okay.
Ground ball could be 2. To second for 1, and it's over his head. Chapman on his way to third. And it'll be first and third now after that miscue.
Didn't look to me like he got a great handle on the ball as it came out of his hand. Cold nights, not really fun playing, and it makes it tough to hit as well. It makes it tough to throw, and might have been a factor right there.
Here comes Mike Yastrzemski to the plate. Curveball drops in there. Mike Yastrzemski, originally drafted by the Orioles, 14th round out of Vanderbilt in 2013. The Giants got him in March of 2019. And San Francisco's really where he got a shot to play. Down the left field line, should be extra bases. In to score is the runner from third, and they take a 2-run lead. And into second with 1 away, that's a double.
Now it's a run on the board and picks up an RBI. You connect and you jump ship your bat like that, you're thinking double at the very least. Put a great swing on it, and man, he wasn't fooled at all.
Luciano. Golden opportunity right here. And that one is lifted in the air. Drops into the glove. Runner tags for third. That's a sacrifice fly as he comes across. It's 3-zip.
There you go. Nice little RBI there. It's a great at bat. Got the job done.
Back to the leadoff spot in the Giants lineup. Now at the plate, Jung-Hoo Lee.
That's the ball.
In the dirt, and no movement on the bases. It's ball one. And the 1-0. That's a little bit low.
2 balls, no strikes.
And it's second. Swing and a miss. Nice changeup. That misses. Counts ball 3-2. Lamont Wade Jr. waits to bat for the Giants. Lee checks his swing. Appeal down to third. Did not go. So first and second with 2 outs. Now the number 2 hitter, Lamont Wade Jr. There's a strike at the knees. It's 0-1. Moving in the bullpen, John Means is up and throwing for Brandon Hyde. Radish, the right-hander, also getting loose. And the 0-1. Right side, Mateo. They limit the damage here. So 2 runs in the inning on 2 hits. 1 error, but 2 are left stranded. We're midway in the 4th. It's the Giants 3 and the Orioles nothing. Back here in Baltimore, John Shabby and Chris Singleton with you. And leading off the bottom of the 4th, Ryan O'Hearn. And a pitch. That one pushed to the left and foul.
You know, these Orioles, as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. They're chasing a lot of pitches outside the zone, and those chases are turning into a bunch of outs. Can they turn that around and stay within the zone? We'll see, but I think they have to.
The line of the pitch. Down the line. And that will drop foul. Left-hand hitter waits. Swing and a ground ball out to short. Slings it across. 1 out in the bottom of the 4th. Chris, you played here in 2002. What are the memories that stand out as to being a member of the Baltimore Orioles?
For me, it was just pulling into the parking lot and having those that were there with an encouraging smile or a pat on the back, regardless of how things were going. It made it a lot easier to come to the ballpark, whether you were doing well or you were struggling. And then the way that they treated your family. I mean, this is a great place to play, and I'd say it's got to be one of the top places in all of baseball.
One down, base is empty. To third. Oh, can't pick it up cleanly. Safe at first, no play. We'll see how they score this. And you have a cameo in the movie Moneyball as an Orioles player in a highlight clip. Now the third baseman, Ramon Urias, flying to left his first time. On the ground, 2 ball. There's one. Return throw to first, got him. Double play, and that'll do it. One hit in the inning, but nothing more than that. We played 4. It's the Giants 3 and the Orioles nothing. New inning getting started, and digging in for San Francisco, Elliot Ramos. Ramos goes 5 feet 11 inches, 24 years old, usually in center field, but today starting in left. Fastball for a strike. 0-1.
One thing I always felt if I played left field instead of center field was that the ball gets out there to you pretty quick, and the most important play is that ball down the left field line, getting to it, cutting it off, making a strong throw to keep that single instead of turning it into a double.
Tosses across the first. 1 up, 1 down. The batter will be Michael Conforto. And first offering is fouled off.
He's been going after these guys consistently, and as a result, he's been able to keep his pitch count low, throwing the ball very well right now.
And that one almost got him. And a pitch. Outside low, and it's 2-1. 1 out, bases empty. And another ball.
First pitch strike from the pitcher, but then no panic at all by the hitter. Very patient, showing good discipline. Now he's in the driver's seat with the 3-1 count.
1 down, bases empty. That catches the outside corner, and it's 3-2. On the ground, right side. The throw to first, and the first 2 set down on the top of the 5th.
Now, third base, Matt.
2 outs, base is empty. Here's Matt Chapman, 1 for 2. That one finds the zone. 0-1. 2 down, nobody on. We're at the top of the 5th. Check swing, no appeal.
That's big right there, being able to check your swing. Think about the count swing. Instead of 0-2, he's sitting 1-1 against a really good arm.
And the pitch. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike came out. Giants go in order. Giants go down quietly, but they lead it 3-0. And we're back, ready to go for the last half of the inning. And into the box for Baltimore, Cedric Mullins. The line of the pitch. That misses. Ball 1.
You know, these Orioles looking to string together better at bats when they have runners on, but it just hasn't happened for them yet. They've had their chances with runners in scoring position, but nobody's been able to deliver a big hit in those situations.
Misses, and the count is even 2-2.
And you got to give some credit to the other side as well. They've been able to get out of a few tough jams, but frustration is mounting for this offense, no doubt.
Smoked on the ground a second. Luciano fires over to first. And they get Mullins for the out. The batter will be the shortstop, Gunnar Henderson. Ripped towards third. Zips it to first. All after the fifth inning, moving along, 2 quick outs. So 2 down now, and here is Jorge Mateo. Maybe expecting a bunt here. Third baseman playing in on the edge of the grass. And the pitch a little bit low, ball 1. That one finds the zone, and 1-1. And here it comes. Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. Bailey makes the ground. And that will end the inning. 3 up, 3 down for the Orioles. Still down 3-0. And welcome back to the ballpark. Top 6. And digging in for San Francisco, Tyler Fitzgerald. Burns back to work. And that's through there for a strike. And now it's even up. The pitch. And a big swing and a miss.
1 ball.
Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Here's a 1-2. And the slider just misses.
It's a good take.
Swing and a ball lifted to center field. Hauls it in for the out.
The catcher, number 13.
And here's the catcher, Patrick Bailey. This guy, one of the best defensive catchers going. You talk about framing, the ability to block, catch, and throw. He is at the top of the game. And that's in there for strike 1.
Really good athlete, and many times we talk about the feet of infielders. This catcher as well, really quick feet. He's able to recognize the pitch, see the trajectory, and get into a spot where he can block those balls and keep them from going to the backstop.
Out to short. On to first. Got him.
Now, wait.
2 outs, base is empty. Mike Yastrzemski will hit next. And there's the strike. Strike 2. And look out. That one gets him. The second man he's plunked in this one.
There always seems to be that oh no moment for the pitcher when he's lost control of his pitch, and most of the time it's right when he lets it go. He knows that it's not headed where he intended it to go.
Luciano stands in with 2 away as he takes a ball. Yastrzemski off the first with 2 away. Next offering is in for a strike. stays alive. The 1-2. And that one missing low.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Swing and a miss, struck him out. So no runs on no hits, no errors, and a runner left. Hard in the order, 3, 4, 5 coming up. It's the Giants 3 and the Orioles nothing. Back now at Oriole Park, bottom of the 6th inning. Anthony Santander at the plate. As he turns on the rubber, and with that good live arm delivers. Outside corner, there's a strike. In there at the knees. And it skips into dirt. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Pulled the string of the changeup.
Well, that's always the key to effective pitching is getting ahead in the count. And as a pitcher, it really allows you to start expanding the zone. Hitters become defensive, and all of a sudden that plate starts to get really wide. What happens is, because of the pressure, you end up committing to a pitch as a batter before you recognize what it is, and that's what leads to the strikeout.
Kowser up for the 3rd time here. Watches that one miss. Right through there for a strike. The Orioles trailing by 3 here in the bottom of the 6th. That's in there. And the count 1-2.
Love how vocal the umpire is today. No doubt in the hitter's mind, catcher's mind, and even the pitcher's mind as to the conviction in the call.
The punch out there, and to a later.
Wow, that's a tough call for the hitter, but the pitcher can take that all day long. Not quite in the strike zone, but he found a spot that the umpire is going to, at least for now, allow him to get that call. So hitters are going to have to make an adjustment, but pitchers are going to learn from those things and really try to exploit them if they can.
Stepping in, Adley Rutschman. There's a strike at the knees. It's 0-1. Sinker gets the bottom of the zone, and that's a strike.
All right, now, he may have not liked either of those first 2 pitches or agreed with the umpire's calls, but at this point, he's going to have to bear down and be ready to hit anything close to the zone.
Two down, nobody on. Gets a piece, and it stays 0-2. Kicks and deals. Bounce that off to the left, and we'll do it again.
Well, he hasn't gotten the result yet, but it's going to feel pretty confident. 3 foul balls in a row. He's right on this guy.
Fights it off. You'll see another. On the ground at first. He steps on the bag, and the Orioles sit down in order. Orioles held in check there. They trail it here 3-0. Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound, John Means.
And they felt it was time to bring on a left-handed reliever from the pen with a lefty hitter coming up. I think it's a good move. I know I never liked when opposing teams did that to me.
Jung Hoo Lee now at the plate. The wind of the pitch. Top of the zone, and it's called a strike. That misses. Now 1-2. Meanwhile, activity in the bullpen. Keegan Aiken is up and throwing for Brandon Hyde. Perez, the power lefty, up as well. And now it's 1-2. Battling here as he fouls it away. The line to kick the pitch. Can't connect on the curveball, struck him out.
I mean, there aren't many curveballs in the sport today that break like that thing does. Huge movement. It's so difficult to get on the same plane and even think about squaring it up, let alone get a piece and hope he throws something else to keep the at-bat alive.
Wade stands in here, takes ball one low. Misses just off the outside edge. I think that was a strike. And it is 2-1. Liner, caught it second.
Nothing you can do about those as a hitter. Even though you know that, they still drive you absolutely crazy.
2 outs, base is empty. And up next for the Giants, Elliot Ramos. And first offering is fouled off. And a foul ball.
It's so hard to slow yourself down when you see that juicy breaking ball, but the most success happens when you try to take that right back up the middle approach.
That one missed.
That's a really good take right there. Slider down and in. Very difficult to get on the same plane and do anything with.
Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. Giants down in order, but they're on top by a count of 3-0. Back here in Baltimore, set for the last half of the 7th, and now it's going to be Ryan O'Hearn. The pitch. High fly ball, right field. Yastrzemski settles underneath it. He makes the grab. And there's one down.
He was all over that first pitch fastball, just barely missed it. Man, this game was really ahead.
Next for the Orioles, Ryan Mountcastle. Fouled off, he was late. Base is empty, one away. Here, the bottom of the 7th. Down, base is empty. Pitch misses there, and the count is 1-2. On the ground, right side. Luciano fires over to first. And they get the out. Here's the third baseman, Ramon Urias. Look at it! And it hit him.
Do you have any memorable hit-by pitches yourself? Maybe high school, college?
No, but I almost did get decapitated by a foul ball at Old Tiger Stadium. And the base hit in the rock. Roll stops the lead runner at second. 2 on and 2 out.
That's a good sound coming off the bat, man. And as he connected out front and lifted into the outfield, that's one of those swings where you just don't even feel the ball hit the barrel. That's a pure stroke.
And now, Gunnar Henderson, 1 for 3. That one's in there. That's strike 1.
These fans, they are ready to cheer about something.
Tying run at the plate. Way out front for strike 2. Just missing there, and it's 1-2.
Man, oh man, I don't know how you take that pitch. That's as close as it gets.
Tying run at the plate. Foul ball still, a 1-2 count.
Turned to the deception of that changeup. Great execution. Really sold it with the arm speed. Had his opponent way out on that front foot.
We go to the 8th, and here is Michael Conforto. Here comes a pitch. Means a former All-Star. 30 years old now, and he's one of the few players in Major League Baseball born in Kansas. And it's strike 2. That one down the line, and that's just foul. And now the lefty. Swing and a miss. Curveball in the dirt. Gets him. One away on a drop third strike.
Well, obviously that was nowhere near the strike zone. By the time it got to the plate, people at home watching are thinking, what's he swinging at? But I'll tell you, some of the break guys snap off these days is just devastating. It can be so tough to recognize where a pitch like that's going to end up.
He swings and fouls one off. One down, base is empty. Fly ball, pretty well struck right field. Santander moving back for it and brings it in at the wall.
That's a really nice job right there. Great awareness, making the catch up against the wall. You see the perfect technique, feeling for the wall with the bare hand while keeping his eyes on the baseball as it's coming down, his glove in a good position to make the catch. That's exactly how you do it.
That's a bullet, but it goes foul. Two outs. Swings through that one.
They need to score this inning in relief right here. They're doing a good job keeping them in striking distance.
Hard hit, right side. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. No runs, no hits, no errors. Last half of the 8th coming up. It's the Giants 3 and the Orioles nothing. And we're back, ready for the bottom of the 8th. At the plate, Jorge Mateo. The right-hander back to work. That misses the zone. 1-0. Signs of movement in the Giants bullpen. Number 74 getting ready to come in for Bob Melvin. Rogers also throwing. Liner, base hit. And aboard on the leadoff single.
and he's just done a really nice job of scattering the hits, not giving up any runs. But at some point, your luck usually runs out.
So up next, Anthony Santander. There's a swing and a drive. Flying after this one. That's down. One hops off the wall. The run scores all the way from first. And it's now a 2-run game.
Waste no time there. I love the approach he had right there with that pitch. Not trying to do too much, but still looking to drive it. And that's exactly what he's able to do into the opposite field gap for the double.
Manager out of the dugout now, and it looks like we'll see a change on the mound. Logan Webb won't go any further, and we'll be back with their first arm out of the pen after a quick break. Taylor Rogers taking over on the mound.
Best relievers love the opportunity to come in and protect the tight lead late in the ball game. Some of them are just wired different, so we'll see what he's got here.
Here's the Oriole cleanup hitter, Colton Cowser. A strikeout and a walk. Breaking ball through there for a strike. With the tying run at the plate, here the bottom half of the 8th inning. Tying run at the plate. In the dirt, but kept close. No advance. Good job behind the dish. Kicks and fires. Struck him out looking. Adley Rutschman, the next to hit for the Orioles. This is what stat nerds like myself might call a high leverage situation.
Yeah, but I'm not sure what the numbers say, but clearly an at-bat that could change the course of this game dramatically. Late in the game, everyone gets a little tighter. A way to get ahead on a really good hitter right there.
Runner at second here, one gone. Now the count is even.
Just missed with that backdoor breaking ball. If he gets a swing and miss or called strike 0-2 count, instead it's 1-1. Look for him to go back to that pitch later in this at-bat. Job staying up the middle with his approach. He didn't try to do too much with the pitch, just shot it through the infield.
One down, runner at first. Ryan O'Hearn comes up to him. Breaking ball in there for a strike.
Your base runner, you've got to stay dialed in here. Look for anything in the dirt. Try your best to get in the scoring position.
Inside edge. 1-1. Rutschman leads off first with 1 away. Not even close there. 2-1.
Two strikes, may see some movement over there at first base, trying to stay out of the double play right here.
The 2-2 now. Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. He's got it, and there's 2 away. Now here's the Orioles DH, Ryan Mountcastle. There's a ball.
One ball. Okay.
Next one misses, and that's ball 2. And that one fouled off. The pitch. Late swing foul.
Advantage counts where batting averages are just so much higher. But the way defenders track down balls these days, I mean, both from the infield and in the outfield, there really aren't a lot of base hits on balls hit like that.
So the Giants with a new pitcher on the hill, Tyler Rogers.
Now, these are the spots where relievers really make a name for themselves. Late and close. There's not much margin for error, but at the same time, there's a reason they're put in these situations.
So 2 down. Now a chance for Ramon Urias. First pitch misses.
One and out.
Righty delivers. And there's a strike. Big spot. 2 out. Both the tying and go-ahead runs are aboard. Outside low. 2-2.
Ball. Okay.
Gets a piece there. We'll do it again.
So glad these ballparks have installed the netting to protect the fans, keep things safer all around the league.
So the tying run at second.
Okay.
Close before the ball. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Cedric Mullins waiting for a turn at the plate. And he deals. Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch. 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up. On the ground, out to short. Sends it across to first, and that'll keep more runs from coming in. Inning over. So it's 2 runs on 4 hits. No errors, and a couple left on. Through 8 full, it's the Giants 3. Orioles 2. Back now at Oriole Park, and now the catcher comes up to him, Patrick Bailey. Means back to work. And first offering is fouled off. Nice curveball for a strike.
Backdoored him with a breaking ball, just got the corner. There's nothing you can really do with that.
Off the mark there. And a count 1-2. That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AV going. And a 1-2. That one missed. To the right side. Fires over to first. And they get the leadoff man of the night. And up next for San Francisco, Mike Yastrzemski. That one misses, and it's 1-0. 1-run game here in the top of the 9th. Pitch misses inside. And the count is 2-0. Left-hand hitter waits. And a foul ball. Two balls and a strike. Here it comes. That one ripped. And that's a fair ball. And that rolls into the corner. Makes the turn and heads for second. And he's got his second double of the game.
2 hits for him in this one. Hope for extra bases. Gotta feel good about that. It's always fun to see a double rip down the line. That one just barely stayed fair. So that was a good call by the umpire. He was all over it.
1 out, runner at second. Marco Luciano, the next Giant to hit. That one fouled off. Crowd locked in right now. 1-run game here in the ninth. Just misses. And that's ball 1.
I would like to say he wasted a pitch. I think that was a purpose pitch. Change the eye level, have him look up. Now go back exactly where you want to go.
Gets a piece, and it stays alive. It's a strikeout.
Oh, nothing too fancy on the strikeout pitch right there. Just a low 90s fastball, and I'm not sure he was trying to challenge him, but that's pretty much what happened. Very hittable location. We found a way to just get it by him.
Now it's going to be Jung-Hoon Lee. First pitch, and he just misses.
1 ball, no strike.
2 outs and 1 in scoring position. Next offering is in for a strike.
The pitch started in and ended up on the outside edge. Just changing planes and very difficult, especially for a left-handed hitter to track.
Man on second, 2 down. On the ground to third. On to O'Hara. And the inning is over. No runs, 1 hit, a double, no errors, and 1 man left. And 9-1-2 scheduled to lead off the bottom of the ninth. It's the Giants 3 and the Orioles 2. Back now as they hand the ball to a fresh arm to start the bottom of the ninth. Number 74. He has a great slider with tons of movement. Well, one-run game and into the box for Baltimore. Cedric Mullins.
We got the number 9 hole hitter right here, looking to do whatever he can to get on base, turn this lineup over so the best hitters in this lineup have a chance to tie up the ball game or maybe even walk it off.
And fouled off. One-run game, bottom 9. Little chopper rolls foul. Looking to get the tying run on base. Misses. Gonna count 1 and 2. And a pitch. It's a strikeout. So the bullpen doing a nice job backing up the effort from their starter.
Yeah, we've seen some pretty excellent pitching out of this staff so far. I mean, they've come in ready to do their job and get outs. They've been pretty tough to get to in this one.
So back to the top of the Orioles lineup. Gunnar Henderson, the next to hit for the Orioles. Foul.
Trying to keep good speed off the bases.
Fires over to first. Now only one out remaining.
Absolutely on that at bat right there. Nice job of the pitcher to bear down, make the pitch, get the ground ball. Excellent piece of work.
So next to hit for Baltimore, Jorge Mateo. And the first pitch misses for ball one. A one-run lead, and the home team trying to pull it out.
Everything came together for him. Just a solid swing right there. Got it out front and ripped it into the outfield for the base hit. Those always feel great. And now a crucial opportunity to tie up this game with another base hit.
Orioles an out away. Anthony Santander, the next to hit for the Orioles. Trying to deliver as the hero. That takes low for ball one.
Well, comfortable or not, these are the situations closers they seem to live for. When you get into some hot water, jam, tough spot, whatever you want to call it, but this is where they earn their keep.
So the tying run at second.
Well, no need to go right at this guy. First base is open. He can hurt you, so make him expand his zone. If he doesn't, give him a walk.
Man at second. That one misses. 3-0. And you know this righty's got to be worried about one swing ending the game.
Oh, he actually said it this time. Normally you kind of dance around it.
And the righty deals. Swing and a chopper. Steps on the bag himself. Ball game.
The way pitchers duel in this one, you get to a certain point where each pitcher is trying to outdo the other, go a little bit deeper into the ball game. And for these pitchers, it really came down to a few key at-bats. This was a fun one to watch.
A 3-2 final score in this one. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew here at MLB The Show, thanks for stopping by. I'm John Shambi. Talk to you soon.
Our final line score tonight. First for the victorious Giants. 3 runs, 6 hits, no errors. They led 7 runs on base. For the Orioles, 2 runs on 12 hits, 1 error, and 11 runs left on base. Time ball, 2 hours, 10 and 55 minutes. Thank you for joining us here tonight. And may the one complete. Right, stay safe.